April has arrived, and with it comes some great new games, from pottery throwdowns to sci-fi showdowns. There's a great mix on show this month, something for everybody. I'm your game friend Krago, and let's take a look at the games that you should be excited for in the month of April. Stealth and sucker pads. First up is Darwin's Paradox. Konami's upcoming puzzle platformer is looking to tactically insert itself into our gaming libraries on April 2nd. The game features a squishy little octopus, aptly named Darwin, who, upon getting ripped from his home in the deep blue, must navigate a dangerous world of birds, bots, and bad guys. This game is super silly. I'm genuinely charmed by Darwin's Paradox. Funnily enough, I don't think the snake is Konami's master of stealth anymore, as Darwin can not only hide under boxes, the ultimate stealth strat of course, but because he's such a floppy, sloppy octopus, he can fire inky projectiles at cameras, stick to rooftops, and change the color of his skin to hide from sight. Definitely tops a snake. All in all, it's a bit of good fun and a great way to kick off April 2026. Next up, we have something a little grittier. Replaced is a gorgeous sci-fi 2.5D cyberpunk adventure that has been on my radar for years now. Here's the gist. Replaced tells a dark story of an AI trapped inside a human body, hunted down for trying to expose some seriously shady corporate dealings. It's all set in this alternate 1980s America, and you've got to admit, visually, this game is pure cinema. In addition to an intriguing story, the game features some really slick combat sequences that feel reminiscent of counter-based combat seen in like the Arkham games and Assassin's Creed as well. I've been itching to play this game ever since I got hands-on in 2024 during Summer Games Fest, which just feels like a lifetime ago. And even with a stacked April lineup, this might be the one I'm most excited to dive into. Mouse PI for Hire is one of those games that hooks you instantly with its visual style. The old-timey detective vibe, hand-drawn rubber hose animation, and punchy shooting are immediately striking, and it is absolutely doing it for me. Slated to release on the 16th, private investigator Jack Pepper sits at the center of a layered story filled with corruption, murder, and all the other seedy tropes that you would expect from a 1930s noir story. I'm into the gunplay, the slick animations, and that bumping jazz soundtrack. It feels like what you would get if you crossed Cuphead and Doom. They had a bit of cheese, a bit of wine, and then they like popped out a little mouse baby.
We interrupt your day to bring you this breaking news.
I missed the boat on Tamadachi Life back on the 3DS, and from the looks of living the dream, I really wish I had jumped aboard sooner.
Oh my.
These games are so weird, and that's exactly why they look fun. You play as some kind of caretaker, matchmaker, and all-around overlord to an island full of me characters.
Hey, Chico.
Your island starts with nothing, and you gradually build it up, filling it with me's, buildings, and all sorts of oddities. I'm pretty sure you get the idea here. Each me has their own personality, preferences, and quirks, but it is entirely up to you who lives on the island. You can create yourself, your family, your friends, even your lovers. Ooh. Whoever you like, you birth them from a tree or something, I don't know, and then just watch the chaos unfold. Really, Tamadachi Life Living the Dream feels like a study in just how strange we are as players, and there is a demo out now with a full release landing on the 16th, which is shaping up to be a very, very busy day.
Do you really know your stuff when it comes to subscribing?
Hey, Diana! Little help here! Look out!
Capcom has been going from strength to strength lately, and following the success of Resident Evil Requiem, the studio's latest IP, Pragmata, is shaping up to be yet another absolute banger from a team that rarely misses.
Yeah!
I'm a big fan of Pragmata's combat loop. It feels fresh and unique, where each enemy encounter comes with a little mini puzzle, and also some solid gunplay. You can, of course, just try your luck and shoot robots in the face until they die, but if you input the right sequence to hack your enemies like a feisty little gamer snake, then you can do plenty more damage.
Now it's my turn.
It's really good fun, and I really want to know more about the two protagonists, Hugh and Diana. If you haven't tried the sketchbook demo for yourself, then I would suggest before the end of this video, like it, then subscribe to Game Friend, and then go and play the demo. It's good. It's really good fun. Moving from one sci-fi dystopia to another, Tides of Tomorrow has a pretty interesting concept on paper, with a single-player story shaped by another player's decisions.
He got the lockdown lifted after Oben shut the market down.
The choices they make directly influence how your own playthrough unfolds, basically. It's pretty cool. You can even choose to follow friends, streamers, or anybody that you fancy, really, that have played the game before. To put that into context, in the demo I played, I followed another player's run, and when I arrived at a broken bridge, I was blamed for destroying it, because that's what they had done.
Oh, would you look at that? Good job, Tagwalker.
I ended up fixing it, so different outcomes, I suppose, but the system does go far deeper than that, with branching, story-altering paths that can dramatically change how things play out.
You made the right choice. The Reclaimers will remember you.
The world itself is flooded and choked with plastic waste, leading to a plague known as plastemia that threatens to wipe out all living things. From there, the choices are yours. You can focus on saving individuals that you care about, or try to be a hero and cure the world. Every decision shapes the outcome, so it feels like that kind of game that's built for multiple playthroughs. I'm keen to see how the online story link plays out in full release, and if you are too, best mark April 22nd in your calendars then. Next up is Kilm, a online PvP party brawler with a pottery twist. What I love about this one is the creation side of proceedings. Each pot that you throw on the pottery wheel, you can then shape, decorate, and style however you like. Take that creation and then smash other folks' pots with it. Kilm has this whole carrying of water, attacking enemy bases, and good old-fashioned brawling in the mix. But it's the story behind Kilm, how the idea was conceived, and how the developers at Double Fine turned it into a full game release. That just makes me so happy. If you've watched the Double Fine documentary, you know where I'm going with this. But during an Amnesia fortnight, which is a game jam, allowing the Double Fine devs to blow off their main game to whip up smaller games in a short amount of time, the documentary cameraman Asif Siddiqui pitched his early concept for Kilm, leading him to swap camera for keyboard and begin his game dev journey with a silly little pottery game. Oh, it warms my heart. I can't wait for this one on April 23rd. Cozy gamers, this one's for you. Outbound is a colorful campervan survival crafting game packed with scavenging, base building, customization, and plenty of fluffy pals. All the usual suspects for this type of game.
Time to hit the road.
There's something timeless about a classic Volkswagen camper that just hits the spot. But what really drew me in was the base building element. You can transform your van into a self-sufficient setup, even turning the roof into a solar-powered hangout to kick back and take in the great outdoors. It is cozy, very cute, and can be enjoyed solo or in co-op with some friends. It's probably not going to be anybody's game of the year, but it ticks a lot of boxes, and is set to launch alongside Kilm on April 23rd. I do enjoy a good story-driven romp from time to time, and Will Follow the Light looks to scratch that itch. It's supposedly a tale of fathers and sons, with you playing as lighthouse keeper Will, which is fitting given the name of the game, who sets out on a search and rescue mission to find his missing son. You'll sail the choppy northern seas, sled behind a troop of very good fluffy boys, and get stuck into some top-tier dad duties if you ask me. Will Follow the Light is looking pretty good, and if you're keen to try it out for yourself, it launches on April 28th. I reckon it's our duty to be excited for a game whenever it stars the handsomest man in gaming. Rahul Kohli and his very pretty mug takes the reins in Saros, Housemarque's return to Sony since, well, the phenomenal Returnal, of course. Saros is a fast-paced action game following Arjan Devraj, a Saltari enforcer who must blast through bullet hell baddies and bosses in an attempt, or many attempts, this is the kind of game that you'll die a lot in, to get answers to an ominous solar eclipse, the shape-shifting planet of Carcosa, and all the juicy secrets locked within. There was a preview event for Saros not long ago, and the early word is that this could easily be a Game of the Year contender. A bigger and better experience than Returnal, and is definitely one to pick up when it launches on April 30th. So excited! And that wraps up the games that I think you should be excited for in April, though I do have a quick few more to mention. Bethesda's sci-fi action RPG Starfield finally lands on PS5 on April 7th. I'm curious to see how all the new reviews shape up now it's on, PlayStation. Following that, if you're a fan of the animated series Invincible and fancy stepping into the shoes of the lad himself, Invincible Versus hits at the end of the month. And finally, for the PC crowd, Samson releases on April 8th, offering GTA-style exploration combined with punchy combat reminiscent to Batman and Mad Max. It looks pretty promising and yeah, something to be excited about. If you're planning on picking up any of these games, do let me know in the comments. Equally, if there's an April release that I didn't mention that you're excited for, share that too. For more monthly roundups like this one, be sure to stick with your game friend. Until next time, cheerio.